Governor Jared Polis hopes for a smoother road ahead in the fight against COVID now that President Biden's team is in charge, and he blames President Trump for the pandemic's prolonged impact.
Polis talked to CBS 4 as the White House was unveiling the most detailed federal strategy yet. First, a look tonight at Colorado's vaccine numbers, which hopefully will improve in the weeks ahead. The state now has more than 500 vaccine providers. 313,000 people have received their first dose. Nearly 62,000 have already gotten both shots. President Biden's plan includes large-scale vaccine centers with federal workers on site to help out. There's also a new mask requirement for airports, on planes, and on public transportation. The president's also using the Defense Production Act to speed up production of COVID tests, masks, and other PPE. Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci, who we know often disagreed with President Trump, talked about another change.
One of the things that was very clear as recently as about 15 minutes ago when I was with the president is that one of the things that we're going to do is to be completely transparent, open, and honest. If things go wrong, not point fingers, but to correct them and to make everything we do be based on science and evidence.
Our Karen Morfitt talked with Governor Polis today. Karen, he says this is all welcome news for Colorado.
Jim, the governor says based on these first few steps that Biden's taken, it's clear he has a focus on the pandemic. And he says based on that, he's confident that not only will we be able to save more lives, but we could get back to normal sooner rather than later. With a new administration, Colorado Governor Jared Polis anticipates new direction to the pandemic response.
I think it's great that we have a president that's focused on ending the pandemic and getting back to normal. I think certainly the pandemic was prolonged because of inattention of the last president who didn't really talk about it, focus on it, try to end it.
Polis says the relationship with the federal government has been key in the state's fight from day one, relying heavily on the feds to help pay for testing and now 100% on vaccine access. One thing they would like to see improve with the transition of power.
And we're hopeful that the new administration can increase the supply of the vaccine rapidly. We're ready here in Colorado. We use every dose every week, and the sooner we can end this pandemic, the better.
Until then, increased communication alone can help improve the state's response.
We would love to have 10-day or 2-week notice. That would lead to less frustration for the people of Colorado. That's why you're wondering, oh, I can't set up appointments, and that's because the providers, the hospitals, none of us know how many appointments are set up because we don't know how much vaccine there's going to be.
While Polis anticipates there will be more focus on infrastructure and recovery, the goal for his team in Colorado remains the same.
Certainly ending the pandemic and saving lives first and foremost.
Now, the governor also responded to President Biden's mask mandate, saying that it will be helpful to have a unified message on the importance of their use, even on a state level. We're live in Denver tonight. Karen Morfitt covering Colorado First.